our first day of taping, our first segment of taping. I just clicked record a second ago, and I already broke a leg off my tripod. I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, make that too.
I broke 2 legs off my tripod.
Maybe it's the user.
Wow, my camera really doesn't have a leg to stand on. I think it's on.
I think so.
Hi.
It's been a while.
Did you miss us?
We missed you.
We are back on the road, kinda, sorta. We're staying in Indiana for now. You got this whole cooties thing going on, and kind of makes it difficult to go traveling like we want to. We're staying home in Indiana, but we're kind of exploring places that we've never been, even in our home state. Like where we're at right now is called Starve Hollow State Park, and it's beautiful. I'll give you some really cool shots. I'd love to get you a drone shot, but Cris lost the remote to our drone. If you remember back when we lost a wheel off of our trailer, we had to do some frantic packing and moving of stuff into her mom and dad's trailer. And then when we finally got a chance to get the stuff out of her mom and dad's trailer and then into our car and home, Cris lost the remote to the drone. So I'm still looking for it.
I'm very irresponsible.
Okay, maybe I might have had a hand in this, but
maybe we should kind of go back. We've been gone for a while.
Oh yeah, by the way, you haven't really seen us
No.
for a few months.
So we're a little scattered right now.
We've had a few things going on.
But we thought we would hop on here today to let you know, because we've heard from so many of you that we're okay, first of all.
Oh, we're good.
Second of all, we're not leaving this channel or anything like that. We've been working towards what we're excited to talk about today, which is we're dipping our toe back into things. So hang with us. We're gonna try and catch you up on what all's been going on, and then also kind of tell you about a little bit about where we're heading with things, which is a big I don't know in a lot of ways, because there's so much about the world we don't know right now. But we think we've got some short-term things figured out.
Yeah.
So
first off, hi.
Hi.
We missed you.
Yes.
And we're glad to be back with you guys. As far as like consistency and content goes, we're thinking we're gonna try and do like a vlog a week and a recipe a week. We're gonna try to give you 2 videos a week still, and just, you know, like maybe on the weekends, show you our travels, where we're at, whether it's here, like for the next month we're going to be coming in and out of Starve Hollow down here, and then also, which I will show you some footage of that after we get down there. It's going to be a couple days, but we also have a new campground, an exclusive campground that is only open to a few souls, and I'm one of them. I'm married into a good family on that, but her mom and dad purchased a piece of property, and they love to travel as well. Her mom and dad bought a camper, and they've traveled with us before. They love to travel everywhere.
And Aunt Lou travels. And
Aunt Lou travels as well. And so her dad, who just recently retired, wanted to find a small project. And so he bought a 13-acre piece of ground that was completely wooded. Like, this thing had not been touched in like 40 years. So it was overgrown with brush and thistles and all kinds of stuff. And he took the whole family one day on a walk through the property. He's like, what I'm thinking about doing is turning this into a campground, so that even if we can't travel out of state, we can all still travel together. His travel just means driving across the road, but we could come down and check out the property and come hang out and camp. What I'm thinking whenever he says this is, I'm gonna take and I'll make a driveway that goes back there, you know, just like with the tractor or backhoe, and clear a path so you could drive down there. Only it's like down a big old hill. And so he's like, oh, don't worry about that. I've got a tractor and I can hook up to your trailer and pull it down there. And so we're taking a walk through this property, and it's beautiful, and we're scoping out places where to put the campers. And then we come back the next week, and he not only made a path with his tractor, but he took a brush hog and cleared it out where it looked like a nice meadow where there once was.
Well, it looks like a campground. The trees are still there. There's a lot of trees that are still there.
And then the next week, he took stone and he made a driveway. And then the next week, he took the rest of the stone and made a driveway, 3 campsites, and a giant camping area. I built a great big fire pit.
It has been a family project where everybody has been pitching in on different pieces of it.
Yeah.
And so it's become a family campground, complete with a name.
Can I tell him?
Well, hang on. Aunt Lou came up with the name because, as most of you guys know, I am Aunt Lou's older sister. So her argument has always been, in true younger sister fashion,
your name always comes first.
My name always comes first. So she finally came up with a name where her name could come first. And so go ahead.
They called it Camp Ludacris.
Yes. So
we figured for 2020 that would seem like a fitting name.
So we have what is now a family campground, which we'll be spending some time with, and hopefully that means you guys are going to get to see Aunt Lou a little bit more than than you've seen anybody here lately.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to have Aunt Lou on and show some camping stuff that way. And then also definitely we are working on getting some cooking stuff together. After we took this like summer hiatus to kind of get our bearings after a lot of stuff that's been going on, both in the world and then also personally. But so we just wanted to hop on here and let you guys know that we're back. And we wanted to start sharing some things with you again and hopefully give you guys some fun and encouraging stuff to see. So I'm excited.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the fact that we get to travel again. We figured out ways to do that, and still, like one of the things that I'm responsible for right now is, of course, y'all know that for a while that we've been doing some music, and I traveled to Texas and played some shows, and of course I wanted to come back home and book some shows. And then when the year happened and the cooties came in, everything, of course bars were shutting down, restaurants were shutting down, and I didn't get a chance to play any shows. Some things have changed, and I found a venue back home near where we live that is able to do their food and their bartending outside. And they've got this giant like 50 by 50 foot tent, and they wanted some music. So I went and checked the place out and talked to the owners and everything, and I said I'd like to play here once if you'd let me. And so they let me. And then the general manager comes up to me about 2/3 of the way into my show when I was taking a break, and I thought I was in trouble because you don't ever hear from the manager while you're playing. And he said, hey, I need to talk to you for a minute. I'm like, am I in trouble? I think I played the Viagra song. Some people might not like it. But he goes, no, you're not in trouble. And he goes, in fact, do you think you could come back again sometime and play? And I said, oh, you liked it? And he said, look. And the tent, even though they had social distance table and everything, all the tables were full of their parties, and people were having a really good time. And the bar and the restaurant both were pretty busy. He goes, we'd like for you to come back on Friday. I said, next Friday? He goes, no, every Friday. So I landed me a job. And then the cool thing is after playing a couple shows, I told the general manager, hey man, maybe sometime we could have a full band of mine come in and we could play a full band show. And he's like, sure. So I brought in the full band, and the general manager came up to me during a break, and I thought, oh, maybe we went too far and I charged him too much or something. He goes, we would like for you to bring your band back. I'm like, next week? He goes, nope, every week. So we have a house band now for Reverie in Greenwood, if anybody's near the area.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Of course, we're also in the middle of recording. I say she's my manager. I've tried to get her to sing on it, but she won't. But me and my team, Cris included, are in the middle of recording an album. So that's the good stuff that's been going on.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that with everything, we're like attached at the hip, which is fine by me.
Miss Addie's been doing really, really well.
She just started school again.
She just started school again, and she's got all kinds of really cool classes that she's very excited about. That's actually what she's doing right now while we're at this campground. She's working on school. I think she's almost got it done for the day. She is now a green senior belt. Is that correct?
Yes, she is green senior to my yellow.
Oh, Mikey started karate.
During when everybody was stuck at home, our karate instructor is like, hey, you guys are still paying us every month. We want to make sure we give you classes. So if you have internet access, we're going to do virtual one-on-one classes.
It was awesome.
And so Addie was able to hook up a webcam, and she was doing classes a couple days during the week, and she kept ranking up. And the thing is when you're at home, you still have to practice your self-defense, wrist locks, and all kinds of really cool stuff. I'll show some of you sometime. Maybe you
and Addie should do.
I was going to ask if you wanted to.
No.
And so I was the guy who was Addie's uke. And I don't speak Japanese. I didn't know what uke meant until the first day that she put me in a wrist lock and put me on my knees. And I think uke meant dummy. And after doing that with her for a couple of months, she gained a belt a month the whole time that she was home.
She was doing great.
And I had so much fun, and it brought back so many fond memories when I used to do it when I was a kid, that as soon as we were able to get back in the dojo, I signed up, and I've been doing karate with her ever since. And I finally earned my my next belt last week, so I'm pretty proud of that. But as proud as I am and excited I am as what I'm doing, watching her continue to grow, both in her outer strength, just with her muscles, and she's grown a lot of confidence through our karate school. So I really appreciate them and what they do. And the only thing that stinks about it is that I'm a yellow belt, which is down here. She's a green senior belt, which is up here. So when I think I know more, she proves me wrong.
She can handle herself.
She's put me on the floor a couple times.
So even though we've been on a bit of break with YouTube for the summer, Mikey's been, of course, doing his music like he said. Aunt Lou and I have been working on the website. There's been a lot, Aunt Lou's been putting a lot of great recipes still on the front end of the site. Those of you that have been getting the newsletter know that it's still been coming, and so I've been working a lot on the back end of the site, trying to keep the site current and keep things updated the way that they're supposed to be. So there's been a lot going on. We just haven't been out here. The boys, Octavius and Ollie, are doing great. Ollie is as rambunctious as ever. We're finally getting him back into hiking again, because he was a puppy when he first started and he did real great, and then we had a big long break where he never really went anywhere. So they've been enjoying this quarantine situation.
And then Aki, he's our old man. Yes. He's 8.5 now.
No, he's almost 9. He'll be 9 in October.
Oh, he's 9 next month. That's right. Yeah. And so he's a little bit up in his years, and he doesn't like to do the hiking.
He likes it. He just can't handle it.
He likes to go out. If we say, do you want to go, the first thing he does is he'll run up the door and jump right on the camper steps. He knows. But we put him pretty much consistently now in the backpack, and we carry him, which
he has a heart issue, and it's getting worse, and it's not fun. So we do that as a precaution, so he can still enjoy it, because one of the things he enjoys more than anything is camping. Yeah. And so that's one of the reasons why we're really excited that we're able to figure out a way to still camp during this weird time, and then also be able to give him that experience, take you guys along for that experience, get back to cooking and sharing stuff with you guys.
Just get back to life.
Yeah. So we think we've got some temporary things, but we're not making any promises because we don't really know what all is going on. We're going to try and
I don't think anybody does.
No. We're taking things a day at a time, and trying to do things. I mean, this summer, I think we just realized that we needed to put our family first and take some time, and
we just had to shut some things down. Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. We just needed to get our footing, I think. Yeah.
And March, middle of March is when, the cooties mess happened and started shutting everything down. Everybody was I know it knocked everybody for a loop. I think, if you listen to anybody that's talked about it, everybody's been affected by that. It's shut down travel, it shut down all kinds of stuff. And then it shut down music, so I thought, well, this is the time for us just to jump in and do the album then. And I get a message from my mom, who we had known since last November that she was sick. When we were on our trip in South Dakota, I got a phone call from her, and she told me that she was diagnosed with liver cancer, and they were doing treatments on her, and we thought they were going to work, and the doctor said, oh, your old age will get you long before the cancer will. So that gave us a lot of hope. And then March happens, things get shut down, and then in April, Mom is not doing too good. She's had some problems, and she went in at the around the end of April, beginning of May, and they checked her out, and come to find out the treatments that they were giving her didn't work. In fact, they were hurting her more. It was affecting her liver and her kidneys. And I think it was April 18th was the day when she called me from the hospital, and she said that the treatments didn't work. And I asked her, you know, are they giving you any kind of a time frame or anything like that? And she said, you mean like 6 months? I said, yeah, something like that. And she goes, I've got 6 months. And so pretty much I told my guys in the studio, hey, I want to ramp this project up because I want my mom to hear the album. The problem was that she didn't last 6 months. She lasted about 6 weeks. And we lost her at the end of June. And that's been really rough. And so we shut some stuff off. You know, I didn't want to tape. I didn't want to do videos. It's hard to be funny when you're not feeling funny, you know. And so we just made the decision we weren't going to do any cooking shows for a while. We shut down everything. I shut down the music for a little bit too, and then it was like, hey, you know, we had people that invested in the album, actually invested money into the album because they wanted to see us get it done. So I knew I couldn't shut that off forever. And so we went in and we started it back up. And the song that I was telling you about was the very last song that my mom got to hear before she passed away. And my mom was very critical of my music ever since I was a kid. And if she didn't like something, she would be honest and tell me. If she did like something, she'd tell me too. So when I went to her house the last time before, you know, things really went downhill, I told her, I said, I've got an early recording of this song that I wrote for Cris, and I'm pretty proud of it, but I'd like for you to hear it and tell me what you think. And I went there scared to death, because, you know, if Mom was going to tell me she didn't like it, it's going to be awful hard to get that one done. And she sat there and she listened to it, and her head was down. She was looking at my phone, looking at the cracked screen on my phone, and just listening to the music coming out of it. And the music ends and fades out at the end, and she just looks up at me. And I was like, oh, here it comes. Oh, she's going to tell me something was flat or something was wrong. And she goes, I like that. I really like that. I love when you write music like that. And so I was really proud of it. And I texted Jeremy, my best friend and my producer for the album, and I told him, I said, I don't care what else we do. We got Mom's nod, and that's enough for me. And so we just finished it a couple weeks ago, got everything done, got it sent off, and I've sent it off, of course, you know, to digital places where you can get it, like Spotify and iTunes and Amazon and all that. Of course, you can see it on our social media pages as well. And then I've also sent it off to a few places down, like Nashville and Texas and everywhere. It's going to be played on Texas radio. I know that already. It's already being played over in the UK and Australia. But I'm also sending it off to Nashville with fingers crossed that somebody listens to it and says, hey, maybe we want you to write some more. Who knows? But that's what's been going on with us since March.
Yeah.
And again, you know, we've got a lot of messages from folks saying, hey, we miss you, and we want to know if you're coming back, or did you quit, or whatever. And we're not going to quit on you. That's not going to happen.
No.
It's just we all needed some time to step back, take a breath, be family, be just us three and the dogs. But don't think for a second we didn't miss you guys.
No.
We love the interaction with you guys. We love giving you a little bit into our lives.
Yeah.
And
so starting next week, we're hoping to have a little bit of
normal
content up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be anything like before, where it was like we're just going to try and do a couple videos. We were killing ourselves. Yeah. We're just going to do a couple of videos a week. We're going to try to make sure that we do a couple videos a week, and at least one of those will be cooking. Hey guys, welcome back to my camper kitchen. I am Cris from Recipes That Crock.
I am Mikey from Recipes That Crock.com. Yeah, we haven't been doing a lot of cooking. I'm hungry.
Oh.
As you can see, I haven't eaten much.
No.
Oh, I did do this, though. Shave. Let's talk about that real quick.
Oh.
You know, I enjoy having a long, fluffy, scruffy beard. But
this is where everyone's going to give you their opinions on your
I don't
beard.
care. I don't care. People give opinions on everything, but I just know what I like. I sometimes trim it, sometimes don't. But I was always
talking about your beard.
floofy. But then every once in a while, someone will throw in this little comment. I just loved it when you had a goatee. I just loved it when you shaved your face. And I tell her, hey, if you want me to shave, I'll shave it all. I'll shave it all for her. She's like, and she go, no, I don't want you to shave it all. I just miss that goatee. And she'd run her fingers through it. So yesterday, before we
Cris boys.
yesterday we go to take off, and Aki needed a haircut, so I took the trimmers to him. And then the fun part of it was, I thought, you know, when I'm done, I'll just take his trimmers and do this. And then right at the very end of his haircut, the trimmers quit out. I'm like, oh, maybe that's a sign I shouldn't do that. But then I go upstairs and I grab my clippers, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to surprise her. So, got a little baby smooth. Cushy.
Yes. He looks a lot younger.
I feel younger.
Yes.
Do I look younger? You know, if I put some color into that, I'd really look younger.
I don't know. This is went completely off the rails here. We're out of practice, but we hope to take you along on some hikes and some family time and some cooking and so
some music.
You know, I hope we get to hang out again. Sound good?
Did you miss us like we missed you? Because we really missed you guys.
But I guess maybe we should cut out of this video with your new music video.
You wanna
hear his new single?
Hey, here it is. Nobody Like You by Mikey Goode featuring Linnea Benham. Available on Spotify, iTunes, and Amazon. How'd I do? From a manager standpoint, was that good?
Quite the commercial.
Bye, guys.
I've been thinking about last night. We let loose and had a fight. We both got mad and we started to shout. We both had enough, then we both walked out. We knew right then we had decisions to make. We could bend or we could both break. We brought it back together with a heart to heart. We know it takes more than that to tear us apart. And there ain't nobody else who could drive me crazy the same way that you do, baby. There ain't nobody else like you, girl, who could ever come close to rocking my world. There ain't nobody else who could drive me wild, make me mad, make me smile, make me laugh, or make me cry like you do. 'Cause there ain't nobody like you.
Break, you cast them aside or throw them away, but that ain't the way it is between you and me. We're in this thing together and we'll make them see that there ain't nobody else who can drive me crazy the same way that you do, baby. There ain't nobody else like my man who could rock my world the way that you can. There ain't nobody else who can drive me wild, make me mad, make me cry
If you want to see the latest, click on the left right here. If you feel like subscribing, click on the right, my dear. And if you think we're funny enough to send us money, click the Patreon link below.